What's going on, guys? Sid here. Got a bunch of stuff to show you today. Uh, let's see, what you can see here is mainly estate sale pickups. I also got, I think, one piece of mail, and then my wife got me something at Walmart. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. My wife picked me up this at Walmart. This is the WWE Mighty Minis. They're on sale at our local Walmart, 75 cents for one of these. So she picked me up one. So we'll see what I got. I have never bought any of these. Oh, so it's a little figure you put together. That's interesting. And looks like Roman Reigns. That's pretty cool. I like Roman Reigns. That's pretty neat. Maybe I'll go back and get some more. Only 75 cents a piece. That's pretty cool. Alright, so there's that. Then the piece of mail. This is coming from overseas. It's in a mailing tube here. It's coming from Strongman Pics, which is Strongman Pictures. There's my address there, of course, and then it's the guy that sent it actually signed it right there, which is good too. Hopefully you'll see that here in a minute. Let's open this up. Move that out of the way, because, oh man, looks like he sent me 3 posters here. Okay. I'm going to grab one of these books I'm going to show you. So this is the first poster. This is from Parts Unknown. This is an amazing movie. I do own this. And the director of the film is Daniel Armstrong, who sent me the posters. See right there. Written, directed, and edited by Daniel Armstrong. And he signed it right there. Very cool. I'm going to have to get frames for these and put them up. Alright. I'm going to sit down right there. That's one. Sorry guys. And this is the second one. This is Murderdrome. Also directed by Daniel Armstrong. And he signed it right there. Now these are coming from, where is it, New Zealand or England? I can't remember, guys, if it's New Zealand or England that Daniel is based out of. I'll have to leave it in the description later. Australia. Okay. It's Australia, because there's the Australian dollars. So he's from Australia. So this poster is awesome. It doesn't have the movie information, the credits down here, but very, very cool. I did just pick this one up, this movie. Have not watched it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So there's the second one. And the last one, this is his newest movie. That's just coming out in theaters over there in Australia. This is Sheborg Massacre. Really looking forward to seeing this. And he signed it right there. 3 signed posters. Guys, these are all free too. All I did was ask him for his signature on something. If he could send a signed picture or something, you know, I said I'd pay to have it shipped over. He says, no, don't worry about it. He says, I'll just send you a poster. Took a while to get. I had to keep reminding him. But instead of just one poster, he sent me 3. All signed. That's awesome. Super cool. So there's those. Let me get everything out of the way. And we'll move on to the estate sale pickups. These are all books, guys. This whole tub of books was only $4. Paid just a little over $1.25 a piece on these books. Amazing deal. First up, we have the USS Coral Sea. And this is actually a veteran's copy. This guy here, Alfred Darwin, served on the USS Coral Sea. And this is his copy. He's actually featured in the book. It's from 1992. The USS Coral Sea. See, there's Alfred Darwin right there. Sorry. Was decommissioned in 1990 and scrapped. And this book came out in 1992. A little commemorative limited edition. Very awesome. There's only one other copy on eBay right now. That's not a veteran's copy. Up for sale for I think $129. So I have this one on eBay currently for $100. So we'll see what happens. Got an autographed book. This is Call to Serve by James Bogritz. It is signed right there and inscribed. And then later on, I found in the back a flyer and then a Christmas card that was sent by Bo to Marion, which is also signed. So that is very, very cool. James Bogritz is a lieutenant colonel, served in the Vietnam War. He ran for the presidency a few times. He tried to rescue POWs and MIAs, and there's a big controversy surrounding that. It says here on the book, most decorated Green Beret commander. Very, very cool book. It's a huge book, over 600 pages, about conspiracy theories from John F. Kennedy to George Bush. Very, very interesting stuff. Then I picked up this, and I was fooled by that. When I saw it, I was like, is that real? I don't think these are real copies here. This is Wonderful, Wonderful, the autobiography of Lawrence Welk. But I didn't want to take time to really look at it, so I just threw it in the box. But it is, I believe, auto-penned. I've seen 3 or 4 different examples of this, which is really weird why they would go through so much trouble to have different auto-pen examples in the book, in the various printings of the book. Really odd to me, but I do believe that is an auto-pen, which is fine. I already have his signature. So another autograph. This is Anne Guthrie. This is her book, Madam Ambassador, The Life of... I'm not even going to try to say that name, but it is signed. To the seal, De Nike, with all good wishes and hoping she will enjoy, Madam Ambassador, Anne Guthrie. This book came out in 1962. It is a first edition. It's a pretty cool vintage signature there. Let me go ahead and read you the inscription on this James Bogritz book. I usually do that and I didn't. It's dated 5/27/1992. Marion and Al, God has blessed us as Amera I cans. Together, as his family, we'll win. I'm forever your brother, Bo. Jimmy to you. My love to all. And then the Christmas card. It says, Marion, God has blessed us. May his hand be upon you and yours throughout this new year. Know of a certainty that I am forever your brother in Christ. Love, Bo. And in parentheses it says Jimmy. Really cool handwritten inscriptions there. Alright, let's keep going with autographed books. This is The Call to Glory by, I think it's Jeanne Dixon. By Jeanne Dixon, and it is signed. She was a very famous astrologer and they call her a prophetess right here, but psychic. I couldn't find the word. Jeez, I just woke up, guys. Please excuse me. But it says, "To Marion, bless you, Jeanne Dixon." So very, very cool. Now, this book came out in 1971, so again, a nice vintage signature of a pretty famous psychic. Picked this up. This is my second time I've owned this book. This is the Fillmore East and West, and it talks about the band, Blood, Sweat and Tears, The Who, The Grateful Dead, and Love. Pretty cool black and white book here. Joan Baez, Judy Collins, Richie Havens, Creedence Clearwater Revival's in here. Very, very cool book. Another signed book. This is Dakota Scouts, a Walker Western by Flynn J. L. Now, this was a book collector. There was tons of books in this house, and you can see by most of them they all have a clear dust jacket protector on them. That didn't come with these books. She had to go buy these separately. So she was a book collector, and she took very good care of her books. I wish I could have found more, because they were letting them go so cheap. But plus, I was there on the second day of the sale, so I probably missed a bunch of stuff. It's signed right there, Flynn J. L., 1992. It's a Western novel. Came out in 92. Flynn J. L. is a part-time newspaper reporter and former press photographer whose pictures and news stories have won several awards, including a Pulitzer Prize nomination for the photograph No Tomorrow. He lives in Killdeer, North Dakota. Very cool. Picked up this copy of Jaws. Really super happy to find this. Again, it's in that clear dust jacket protector. This is a book club edition of Jaws. I'm not sure what edition it is. It says 1974 on there. So I'm not sure if it came out in 74, if it was a later edition, but even still, very, very cool to find it is an early edition of Jaws in hardback. So very cool. Picked up this paperback, which is neat. This is Everything's Archie, America's #1 favorite, first time in book form. A bunch of Archie comic strips. How cool is that? And I believe this is 1969. Yep, the camera's not going to focus though, I don't think. Super cool to find that. An early edition of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey. I believe that this is again a book club edition. And this is, it does say what printing on this one. It does say 25th printing, June 1976, in hardback. Yes, you might think, wow, 25th printing, that's not an early edition, but it kind of is. It's still fairly valuable. Another autographed book, and this is another one of my Bob Burke collection. This is the second time I've owned this book. I know you guys have heard me talk about Bob Burke. He's a local Oklahoman lawyer and author of like 30 books or 50 books. He's written tons of books on a number of different subjects, and this particular one is about George Nye, former governor of Oklahoma, and it's signed by both of them right there. to Marion, Mrs. D. Darwin. Hope you enjoy. George Nye. Really cool signature. And then there's Bob Burke. So super cool. This is the second time I've owned this book. Like I said, I think the last time I owned it, it was signed by both of them as well. But I ended up selling it. So pretty cool that I have it back in the collection. Very, very nice. Then we got a pretty cool book here. This is A Treasury of Motorcycles of the World by Floyd Climber. This is a former library book. Came out, well, I don't know. It's a Roman numeral, and I don't know how to read Roman numerals. But a really nice book on motorcycles. Lots of neat old advertising. Lots of great photographs. There's a bunch of movie stars riding bikes. Always loved motorcycles. I've owned one once in my life. It was a Kawasaki Vulcan 800. I had it just for a short period. But love motorcycles. Love to have one again someday. But lots of great pictures in here and history of motorcycles. So, super cool book. This one's even cooler, I think. This is the Black Book. This is a book all about Black America. Very interesting softcover book here. It's from 1971, I think. No, 74. But very, very interesting book. Reprints all kinds of advertising and photographs from way, way back when. It's got a section of color. Pictures here in the middle. But really, really very cool. I love how they put this book together. Really interesting. There's, yeah, you saw those pictures there. Some really interesting stuff. Some really horrible stuff is talked about here. But a very, very cool historical book. Really a neat find. Then we have this one here. Again, it's an old library book, Art in the USSR. It's pretty beat up, but I wanted it. And there were some great pictures in here. There's the opera of Russia. There's the cinema of Russia. Posters and cartoon art. Illustration. Sculpture. All the arts of the USSR, painting of course, are discussed here in this book. It's a really neat vintage book. I'm trying to find a date. I do not see one. Special autumn number of the studio, 1935, whatever that means. So 1935, I guess, is when this came out, so that's pretty cool. Picked up this kids book, young adult book. This is Reading the Wild by artist Bev Doolittle and Elise McClay. Big fan of Bev Doolittle's work as an artist. And when I saw this book, I don't have any books on her artwork. I don't have any prints or anything. So when I saw this, I snatched it up. She's an amazing artist. And I just had to grab this book when I saw it. It's beautiful. Beautiful stuff. So super happy to get this and add this to the book collection. This came out in 2001, first printing. So very, very nice. Again, beautiful clear dust jacket protector. Remember, we got 3 more books, guys. Sorry the video is so long. Next up is People and Pianos by Theodore Steinway of Steinway Pianos. And it is signed right there by, I believe, the maker of Steinway Pianos was Henry Steinway. And then I believe Theodore Steinway is a son or a brother. And then Henry Z is, I think, the son or brother of Theodore, and then a great-grandson of Henry, the original Henry. This is Henry Z Steinway that signed it. If I screwed all that up, guys, please forgive me. I'm not sure how it all worked. But this is the last person, I believe. Henry Z was the last one to run Steinway Pianos. And then I think they ran out of business or something. But he signed it right there, which is very, very cool. This book is copyright 1953. That's a reproduction of Steinway artists. There's some photographs there of them building the pianos. So these are all like sepia-toned pictures, photographs, which makes it really cool. Really nice vintage book here. So, super cool signed book. Okay, now we have 6 to 60. This is number 47. These are some cool humor books that they came out with back in the 70s. There you go. There's some pictures to lighten the mood. This is copyright 1973. It's sexual cartoons and comic strips. I'm just going to briefly run through here because I don't want nobody to get too offended. But I've had a bunch of these before. When I saw this one, of course I grabbed it. There you go. So pretty cool. And last but not least, this is the Negro in American Life. Again, it's an old library book. 1944 by John Becker. Very, very old book. Some great photographs in here again. Interesting stuff. So that's it, guys. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, sorry it took so long. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. See you.